Hi everyone, I have next to me Aqib Ilyas, who's the Omani captain. How are you?
I'm good, Siddha. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, thank you. I want to start by talking about the World Cup League 2. Oman is ranked 6th currently. What are you going to do to make sure that they get to be on the top 4, since top 4 are needed to be qualifying?
Yeah, obviously WCL2 is very important to us, It's one of the major tournaments which is going to make us to qualify to the ODI World Cup straight away now. And that's a good thing that 4 teams, the top teams, they are directly going to make it into the World Cup ODI. So yeah, last time when we started off in WCL2, we were ahead of everyone, We were at the top and we took a long lead. But unfortunately, things don't go all the way, They're not same all the time. So now in the start, we are finding it a bit difficult. But yeah, it happens. You start off, you played a lot of T20 cricket. And then you come back into the ODI games, the rhythm is not set. Players are not used to it. But now, hopefully, things are get better, and you don't have the same players. You have senior players who have been moved out, and new guys who come in, and it takes a bit time. But I think we should not take long time enough, before it gets too late. And different situations, different places. Like Canada is a new place to us. Wickets are different, atmosphere, environment, everything is different. So I think only concern is our batting, which is it's a bit of concern now. Batsmen are not getting runs. The good thing is our tail-enders, they're getting a lot of runs. We can't say tail-enders now because they're getting a lot of runs every game. Only thing is our top order is struggling. And obviously, in the last WSL2, I had an average of 60. So, which was, very good. And we were winning and our Zeeshan also had a lot of good runs. We were among the top run scorers for Oman. So now we have to get back into the rhythm and we have to make our team win.
Yeah. So you mentioned that Canadian soil is new to you. What do you want to say about the competition that Canada is offering, the pitch here? And I mean, they're currently leading the charts for the WCL too.
No, that's really good. The tournament is organized very well. Everything is been taken care. They have been taking really good care about us. And only concern is about the wickets, but it's not bad. Obviously this place is different. Weather is changing. There is a drastic change in the weather. When we came, it was a bit warm, but now you see in 2-3 days the weather changed. So when these things change, the square, the wicket, the 22 yards, they also change a lot.
Yes.
And every place is not the very same. In Oman, wickets are flat enough to bat. But over here, top orders, they are struggling because every 10 overs in the start, there is a lot of moisture on the wicket. The wicket is also a bit wet. So yeah, you are playing quality fast bowlers, quality bowlers over here who tend to put you in when you win the toss. And then they are just going for the wickets. So it's about showing more patience for the batsmen. And, bit situations are different, but everything is organized very well. We played some practice games, and I feel those wickets were really worse to bat on. And we thought, it's going to be worse to play over here. But credit goes to Canada and however they maintain the wicket. It's really good, you get runs par 200, 250, and you get to chase it. So it means it's really good atmosphere and good wicket to bat on.
Now, if we can go back to June of this year, talk to me about that game between Oman and Namibia, where we had the first super over during the T20 World Cup. I mean, Mehran Khan was outstanding, but that game just took a turn.
Yeah, it was one of the best game, and we were playing our first game, in World Cup T20. That is a game to always to remember of. Yes. And yeah, there was a time we couldn't bat well, and still there was a time they needed 24 runs to win, and they had 7 wickets in hand. And there was, we still had that inside. And being the captain, I had to, push my boys that okay, fine, we have to go till the last ball. Things might change. And, it came to a situation where last over, maybe 4 to 5 runs were needed, and Mehran defended that.
Yeah.
And it went to the super overs. Though we didn't win, we didn't get the results which we wanted, which we expected. But, that game was highlighted all over the world. And sometimes it's not all about the results. It's about how you go into the field. And a lot of people, you get the exposure, you get the coverage, and that's really good for us.
Yeah. No, you mentioned, it's not always about the wins. So what were some of the lessons learned from the T20 World Cup and the entire experience?
The first thing is, you have to be very positive. It's all about the mindset. When you go into such tournaments, when you go into the top tournaments, it's all about the mindset. When we met all of the top players, all the test players were there whom we follow, they were all there. And, when we used to speak to them, they said it's all about the mindset. If you're not mentally prepared, then you're not ready for the tournament. And then the things come up, your skills come up, your training comes up. Everything matters a lot afterwards. But first thing is your mental side. If you're mentally not strong, you train however you want, how much skilled you are, you can't perform. And then the other thing is you have to be very confident. You have to be confident. A skilled player who is not confident is of no use, rather than a player who is confident, he doesn't have much skills, will at least he has the courage to go in and perform for his team. So many other things we could work. We spoke to many of the top players. We saw how this exposure is and what level it is, because that is the maximum level we can ever play. World Cup, T20, that is the most any international player or any player in cricket can achieve. So then we got to know, okay, maybe we were thinking a lot. There were many things going on. It was all about performance and not about enjoying. So sometimes you have to enjoy your journey, which can help you improve your performances. So hopefully when we go in next time, there will be a lot better. Oman will be a lot better team in the next upcoming tournaments.
Inshallah.
Hopefully if we qualify. Inshallah.
Now, you mentioned Zeeshan Maqsood. He's been a vital player and served Oman cricket for a very long time. And you also took over captaincy from him. How was it like playing under his leadership? What have you learned playing under him?
I think Zeeshan, among the associate cricketers, he's one of the top all-rounders with his bowling, with his batting, and especially with his captaincy skills. In his domestic career, he's been captaining the side for like 10 years, his domestic side, and they have been champions like 8 to 9 years. Because he's having all the bowlers in the team who have been playing for them. He knows every situation very well. And still now, if he's very confident on the field, and being under him, I learned a lot of things from him. Still, I go to him when in situations when my mind is totally blank. There are days when players come, the opposition comes to you, then there's a time you get blank. So I go to Zeeshan and I ask him what to do, what not to. And he guides me really well. And then the other thing is he has done a lot for Oman. And under his captaincy, we got ODI status, we qualified for World Cup. Many other things, we have achieved everything under his captaincy. And he was really good with the boys. And being a captain, it's a lot of pressure. I would say now I'm the captain, I'm taking this role. So, there are a lot of responsibilities. It's just not the pressure. It's just, something additional responsibilities, your discipline, everything has to improve.
Yes.
Because your team is looking up to you. So many things change. And I salute him for this, that over the years, like 6 to 7 years, he captained the team. And there was no time when we could say that, Shani, obviously, person goes through ups and downs.
Of course.
But, he was a team man, and if he used to get out, he was not a person who just goes and sits outside and, is into his zone. He was always there to back the players. And that is how, you move on and you take small bits from your players and you make a team.
What about now that you have the captaincy? Do you think that impacts your performance too? Or does that help you kind of do even better because you have, 2 responsibilities going in the team no matter what?
It's good, all the time you have to take challenges. Every time you step into the 22 yards, it's a challenge. So it's good for me. It's not affecting me till now, being very honest. The day I feel that captaincy is affecting my skills or they are affecting my performances, I might step down and, there are a lot of players who can come up and take this decision. But at the moment, I am enjoying this because, it's tough. It's a challenge, And I've been doing really well for my team in the Asia Cups. I was the best bowler. Then in the Gulf Cup, we were the champions, So yeah, things come, It's not easy every time. We lost few games also under my captaincy, but now you are playing the top level. It's not the same which we used to play a few years back. It's totally different now. And now all the associate countries, they're coming up.
Right.
The players are very skilled. Most of the players, they're playing leagues now all over the world. So, their confidence, everything has changed, So that is a thing which we have to also look up into the future. And hopefully we'll do really well.
Do you think T20 format is something that can help grow cricket? Or do you think the longer format is needed to help grow cricket acumen and skills in players, especially amongst associate nations? And I'm saying that because you mentioned that a lot of players are now playing leagues all around the world.
Obviously, people are it's all about entertainment. And now people go into T20 cricket, If you want to go for the skills, then obviously long format is something you have to play, you have to work on. But in associates, I feel we can't be a nation who can go for the test squads, test sides or something. We won't get that status. So yeah, hopefully we prefer either it's ODIs or it's T20, short game. You play, everyone can express their skills and, within no time it finishes. So not all the associate nations are same. There are players, who work, who are semi-professionals, who do their jobs and then they come on to the fitness sessions. And then, it's not easy to manage. So we can't play 5-day cricket. We have to manage it. We have to make it short so that, there are many things we have to look on to. So that's the difficult part which associate players, they have to face on. So obviously for us, I feel short format is much better than, playing the long format.
What do you want to say about the domestic level in Oman? How does that help in being the way you are? And also what are some of the areas of improvement that you think needs to be highlighted so that you can have better results?
I feel our domestic is very strong. The players who play in the domestic cricket, they are strong enough. And all the players, mostly they are from Asia, from India, from Pakistan or Sri Lanka or from other top countries. They don't get chance in their countries and then they move out to Oman. And then, they have to struggle a lot for many years and then they come into the side. Domestic is very strong. You get to, like in Oman, we have top 6 teams in the Premier League where all the top players are playing. There is no chance, a player with no skills is playing over there.
Okay.
And, it's a lot of pressure because, people are investing on you and you keep playing against each other and then you get to know your weaknesses because when you play a lot against each other, you know what you are good at and what you are bad at and they can work on you. So that is when you perform over there, then is how, you have to survive on your weaknesses and how you are good on your strengths. Only thing is I feel leagues should come in because we have all the facilities in Oman. I think among the associate countries, if you visit Oman, Oman is the best in facilities. There is no comparison of Oman with facilities related to cricket. So I feel if the leagues come in, player will be more, they will be more confident on the field and then they get more exposure. It's just about the exposure that Oman players are not getting. Like I would say Bilal Khan, he was a best associate bowler till now. He's the best. Zeeshan, Jatinder Singh, maybe you can say myself also. So it's all about exposure that you don't get. If you don't get the exposure at right time, then things go away from you.
Right.
So all the players who have been playing leagues, they were far below. But after playing the leagues, staying among the top national players, they have gone really up, which is good to see. And hopefully, if these things come in, it will be a lot better for Oman in future.
And finally, so Oman has a women's national cricket team. If you had the chance to offer your expertise and your insights in whatever format, would you want to do that just so that they can, because we have the World Cup coming up for women, just so that they also get to that level at some point and achieve that?
It's just, there's nothing much, it's all about hard work and, that's good that they are playing. It's sports is good to play.
Right.
And I don't have much to say about this. It's just the hard work they can do. And obviously, Oman cricket board and the management, they have a lot of players. They have hired the coaches and everything. Things have been improving from them. And hopefully, they will take care of this thing.
Yeah, but it is wonderful that we have that women's team, we have the men's team and everyone, kind of going towards cricket. And then if you can just tell me, just before we end this, what is the future of cricket in Oman?
I feel, obviously, we won't get the test status. But yeah, we have to qualify for the ODIs again. We have to be at the top. We have to qualify for the World Cup and 50 over this WCL2, we have to stay at the top 4. And whatever level we play, we have to stay at the top so that we get to qualify in all the major tournaments ICC organizes, because then is what you get the contracts. Player are, more relaxed and there is a lot of more opportunities for you to expose yourself on the field.
Wonderful. It was a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much.